This is a shame.
Good evening. This is a special edition of BrothaSpeak, and it's exclusive. We are out in the community. We're in East Baltimore tonight after a recent situation where a woman's house was firebombed because of an ongoing dispute that she was having with young men in the community. And allegedly these young men were involved in the drug trade as well. We came out here tonight, the Brothers of BrothaSpeak, because we are determined to connect with the community and not rely on mainstream media to continue to paint pictures of our people or paint pictures of conflict in our communities. This really has been, for me, Ted, an eye-opening experience, because I heard just a different spin, a different take on the story of how things unraveled here. But just give your thoughts of what we experienced tonight.
First thing, from a lot of different angles. First thing I saw firsthand, how the media has been doing a media blackout of Delegate Jill Carter's run for mayor.
Mayor of Baltimore.
Right. She has been, this is about the 8th time that she's done a stakeout in the community from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That has not been covered. She's been grassroots. She's been trying to feel the pulse of how the average everyday citizen feels. It was because of Jill Carter's presence and my brother Tyrone Keys that helped to prevent what could possibly have been an illegal arrest right within the community. This community is trying to deal with different problems of being firebombed, but the police and its handling of the problem is making things worse instead of making things better. And we just saw that just with an incident that might have happened tonight. We had 3 young gentlemen in the midst of a fight. Everybody else ran. The gentleman that decided to stay would have possibly been harassed and or arrested just because they chose not to run.
We're going to try to show some footage of that situation a little bit later in the show as well.
And also, just in terms of just talking with community members, it's been kind of aggravated because there are a lot of different twists to the issue. I mean, the problem is that the woman was firebombed, and that affected other people that were not directly involved and had nothing to do with it. But there's also community sentiment that feels like that the young people should have been respected and should not have been dealt in the way that they were dealt with. And in addition, they are harassed by the police. So both in the interaction of the particular woman with the young people and in the police, there are issues with that. So it's kind of delicate. It's not a cut and dry type of issue. And it's an issue that the police handling of it is making it worse instead of better. And it really speaks to the need for community policing.
Let me go real quick because viewers, you see me in attire that you've never seen me in before, and I was just coming from a service tonight, and my brother here, Minister Nate Brooks, is sharing with us tonight as well. And we are part of a collective of younger preachers who are trying to set a new standard and new style for what ministry should be. And really it's not new. Really it's just based on the Bible and based on the example of Jesus Christ. I want to ask Minister Brooks, why is it for you important? Why is it important for you to be out here? And why do you think it's important for churches to be out here? I mean, it is 11:30 at night. This is not normal church hours. Why for you is this important to be here?
I think that it's important for the church, number one, to be involved with the community, to be involved with the people in the community, because it is, number one, it is the goal of the church to always deal with the least of these. Certainly tonight, watching a fight that's ready to incite, sitting on the steps of a bombing, who would have ever thought after the church went through the civil rights era that you would now have blacks bombing blacks, and then the comfort level in the midst of discomfort. Certainly the spiritual level on the block is just not here. We ask many people, do they even go to church? Where are their pastors? Some of the people of the neighborhood said they didn't even know about the firebomb until they read it on the paper. They read it in the paper this morning. Where is the church? Where are the ministers? Where are the social justice leaders? What happens when a community falls and the church is still standing in the midst of a fallen community? And then the question is it a paradox? Is the church falling and then we don't really notice that it's falling? Or is the community just falling and the church is standing, feeding off the community?
I'm so thankful for this brother who is a true brother of mine and colleague. I look forward to serving in ministry alongside him for many years. And we, I believe, are poised to continue in the pattern tradition of many Baltimoreans will know about the Goon Squad. Preachers like Reverend Vernon Dobson, Reverend Homer Favor, Reverend Marion Bascom, Judge Kenneth LaVon Johnson. We speak their names, even though they are still with us, and we're thankful for that. But we want to honor them even as we honor God in this type of ministry that connects with the people in non-traditional hours and in non-traditional ways. So thank you for that. I'm going to actually ask Delegate Carter to kind of ease into the shot, and we're going to squeeze in. And
Delegate Carter.
And you have to forgive us. This isn't scripted. This isn't pre-packaged or pre-manufactured. This is on the site live, and we're going to ask Delegate Carter to come in. And actually, if she can, great.
I know it's an honor to be on BrothaSpeak.
You're fine. Once again, Delegate Carter is here. That was planned. The media blackout continues. Real quick, thank you. The lights came back on, but we just want to thank Delegate Carter for her continuing commitment to the community, and even in her midst of this campaign run, the mayor of Baltimore City, she's out here late at night, 11:30 at night. I know that other candidates are having take back the city rallies at 10 a.m. when the sun is up and things are a little bit more convenient. But Delegate Carter, for the past few weeks now, many weeks now, has been out in the community. Delegate Carter, why is this type of activity important to you?
Well, you know that this year is one of the most violent years we've had in the city. And the violence in the city happens most often between midnight and 5 a.m. And so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be outside at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock and really think you're going to make a difference in the neighborhoods that these things are occurring. And so this is actually the 7th night that we've camped out all night. And just me and a crew of people that are supporters and concerned citizens. And we decided to come here because you know about the firebombing that happened tonight, 2 nights ago. We're here tonight for that reason. And I can just tell you that the people really appreciate it tonight in this neighborhood, but also across the city and other neighborhoods. What you consistently hear is that they can't believe that an elected candidate or elected official actually takes the time to come out and talk to them, especially at this time of the night. And some people have even said that in 30 years of living and voting, they've never even had one come to them on their block.
I have a question for you.
Nice and loud.
I have a question for you, Delegate Carter, because I've been part with you, and I admire just your courage and stand out in the places that you do in the hours of the night. My question to you is, in the midst of this block, there have been divided opinion about what this particular neighbor should have done in terms of just the firebombing and things. My question to you is, what do you advocate as a former lawyer for the older persons that are in a block that might have a generation gap with the youth? You have the problem of the police and how they handle it. What should they do if they're faced with they don't want the youth loitering and or selling drugs in the midst of them. What should they do?
Well, you know, we talk to people tonight, it's a gray area because there's people in this neighborhood that contend that as long as the youth or the people were out here, they really weren't causing any problem. But only when they were confronted and felt that they were being antagonized or harassed was there any retaliation. And so I think the answer lies in basically building a better relationship between the people that live in neighborhoods and the young and the old. But I think it also has to involve the police. What we saw here tonight was that there was a house party, a lot of youth that came out, and it looked like there was going to be a fight that was ensuing. And only at the tail end of it did you have the place swarming with police officers, and you didn't see any police officers, you know, that were actually looked like they were there at the point when the fight was going to ensue. So you look at an example like that, you look at an example that you have the firebombing that happened. It didn't happen just by accident or vacuum. It happened after there had been some ongoing back and forth debate between the people in the house and the youth. It happened after they had painted on their house. What I'm saying is there were signs leading up before this happened that basically was enough where it should have been addressed. And if it couldn't have been addressed between the residents and the youth, really there was a point before this when the police should have intervened.
We got about 30 seconds, Delegate Carter, so give people information about where they can learn more about you and your campaign and find out how they can assist. JillPCarter.org is my website, and I just encourage everybody to go there and look at my plan and my platform. And I thank you so much for this opportunity. And can I brag? I still think, am I still the only woman, only female that has been on BrothaSpeak? Only one.
Yes, that's right.
Only
yes.
one.
Truly
yes, yes.
Only one. Thank you so much for tuning in for this special edition. We're going to bring you more information about the mayoral campaign, Baltimore City, and issues that affect African people all over this planet. But we really appreciate you. Tell your friends, neighbors, loved ones, and even enemies about BrothaSpeak right here on BlackTVOnline.com.